So Humble Bundle, if you don't know what Humble Bundle is, where have you been? What rock have you been hiding underneath? Humble Bundle is kind of a charity thing where I guess it's a developer. They partner with a developer or publisher.
Sometimes a bunch of people, a bunch of indie developers. Sometimes it's whoever. Sometimes they partner with a specific developer and get a theme, whatever it is. But it's a group that does these partnerships, and as you said, starts this charity sell-off of a bunch of games, a bundle of games.
And they're usually older games, but still really good games in general. And right now,
And not that old usually. They're not like they're not games that came out this year, but
yeah,
they're still pretty good.
So this year, well, this I don't know how long it'll last. I think it's this month, right? Are they monthly?
Sometimes they're a couple weeks. Sometimes they're like a month.
So this month, I'm gonna say, we have the Star Wars Humble Bundle. Now the way this works is you pay as much as you want, you get 3 games.
That's right, as much as you want.
You can pay a penny. You can pay a penny and get these 3 games.
People do pay pennies.
But you're jerks.
You're
give it to charity. All right, pay at least 2 pennies. At least 2 pennies.
Well, they do encourage you to pay a little bit more because if you pay more than the average, you get more games.
I was gonna get there. Hold on. So if you pay,
I already got there.
Whatever you want. You get Knights of the Old Republic. Amazing game. Amazing game. If you haven't played it, this is a reason to go ahead and pay a penny to get there. Jedi Academy, another really good game. And then also Dark Forces, one of my favorite FPSs of the 90s. So that's already an awesome deal right there for however much you want to pay. Now, if you pay more than the average, which right now is about $11.50 or something like that, you get another couple games. You get Battlefront 2, one of the greatest games of all time.
The best
game. You get Knights of the Old Republic 2, which I've never played, but I heard is just as good, if not a little bit better, than the first Knights of the Old Republic. And then you also get Republic Commando, which was a cool game, not an amazing game, but it was kind of like a Rainbow Six. You were a squad of 4 Republic stormtroopers, and you went on these interesting missions. And, you kind of did squad maneuvers and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then if you pay $12 or more dollars, so if you just pay another 50 cents over the average, you get another 3 games. You get Empire at War, which was a really cool RTS Star Wars game, which if you ever wanted to have a Star Wars RTS, this is the game for you. And then you get The Force Unleashed 1 and 2, which were both super entertaining games. So it just sounds like a really good deal. Especially, I would pay $12 just to get Knights of the Old Republic, but to get the second one as well, and then also Battlefront 2.
Typically, most of those games will, like, if you were to buy all those games together, it would definitely cost you more than $15. Usually, unless you found because they're older, you might find them whatever. Like I do have a best of PC pack of Star Wars stuff that cost me when I got it like $15. Which came with 6 games, but it wasn't even all these games. Like, it didn't have Dark Forces in it. I don't think it had Empire at War, which is a little bit disappointing because that's a cool RTS game. It didn't have The Force Unleashed in it, which is a much newer game, set of games. Although I have heard mixed things about Force Unleashed.
Okay, here's the thing about The Force Unleashed. Awesome to be a Dark Jedi. Some letdown moments. Story wasn't the greatest, but it was awesome to be a Jedi, because they're trying to make you into Darth Vader's apprentice, and then Darth Vader turns on you but doesn't really turn on you but does turn on you, and then stuff. The story wasn't all there, but the action was amazing. Got a little repetitive after a while, but still, I guess there's nothing really repetitive of picking up a stormtrooper and throwing them 100 feet over a cliff. Nothing better than that. But then, have you ever played Knights of the Old Republic?
I've only played it for I don't know, half an hour or so. I've heard it's amazing. I just haven't had time to really get into it. Partially because I got Knights of the Old Republic in that best PC bundle, but you know what else I got in that bundle? I got Star Wars Battlefront, and you know how much I love Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, but you played Star Wars Battlefront. Play a game you haven't
I didn't play all the way through with the first one though, and then there's the online play, and then I'm online playing Battlefront forever. Come on now.
Yeah, Battlefront is an amazing game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on you for that. But Knights of the Old Republic has one of the greatest twists at the end. Now, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but a lot of people I don't know how I went. I played it a long time after it came out, and I don't know how I went without somebody ruining that twist. But it was amazing. The story is told very well. That was one of the earlier BioWare games, and you really kind of see where they put stuff like Mass Effect and Dragon Age together from that type of game. So it's awesome. It's awesome. And I do want to play Knights of the Old Republic 2. I heard that one's really, really good as well.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard very good things about both of them. And then there's now
again,
the
who doesn't
MMORPG.
want to control their own rebel forces as an RTS or their own empire in an RTS? That sounds like a great time right there.
Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't want to just run around on a battlefield as a stormtrooper and shoot a bunch of rebels, or rebels shooting a bunch of stormtroopers? That's as you do in Battlefront.
Yes, Battlefront is awesome. Yes, Battlefront 2 was even better though. Battlefront 2.
Yes, it was, because then you could play as Darth Maul and throw the giant saber. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Or you could be Darth Vader or the Emperor, and he just lightning like 15 dudes at once. I always hated going up against the Emperor. And then when me and Brendan would play a lot, you would just throw a bomb in front of me, and I'd be like, "You jerk! Quit throwing bombs at me. That's not fair."
Yeah, but you got
throw bombs.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a lot of fun playing it for months at a time.
Yeah. We would literally play a Galaxy at War for months at a time. Literally, because nobody could ever win.
I would play that with my friends too. We would do always like 5-hour sessions on a weekend and do that same campaign forever.
Kashyyyk and Felucia, you could never keep those from defense. It was just usually a battle there. Whoever could keep Felucia or Kashyyyk for a little bit would probably win the game, but that never happened. You always lost one of the. You could never defend Felucia. That was like impossible to defend.
No, what it was is that one side just innately had or inherently had an advantage on there, whether they were defending or opposing, because what outpost you start with is dependent on just which faction you are, not whether you own it or
Felucia,
not.
the Empire started with this really great high ground outpost, and on Kashyyyk, the rebels started with a base, like a defended base.
And and that was the thing. That's how they kind of balanced and extended things. Is there were certain planets that each side just had an advantage on that they could hold, even when odds were against them for a while. And there were certain ones that were just completely even. It was just battle. But it allowed you to possibly go back and forth. Even when someone gets a huge advantage, you can stay in there for a long time, and you can figure out a strategy on how to get out of that position and start taking back some stuff.
If somebody could get to your home base, you were screwed because you could never.
Yeah, home bases for some reason you always had a disadvantage. That never made sense.
The rebels could never hold Hoth. The Empire always came in, and then I think what was the other one?
Endor could never be held. Because the rebels had a huge advantage on Endor. They had extra characters on Endor that do not count against your people number, because they have the little Ewoks just tripping up the Empire everywhere.
So, but awesome games all in all. Pay the $12. Go ahead, pay $15. Go ahead and get all these games. That's 12 games. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. 10 games for $15. That's awesome. A lot of fun to be had.